Well, something seems to be eating my grandfather's cattle. And some of them are just straight up missing.
You're gonna need me.
I'm too weak without you.
When I was scrolling YouTube to look for a subject to make a video about, I stumbled across this weird YouTube channel. They make full free Christian movies for all ages, or as they say it, free family friendly, kid friendly, faith friendly, and Christian content. Of course, the movie opens with this statement. Let's not be too rough on this movie, as it is an indie movie and it's very low budget, and maybe it's made by people who actually care about making a good movie. So no judgment on my part. Look at this awful shot. Okay, all jokes aside, we start with some nature shots that are actually really decent looking for such an indie movie. It is also shot in a beautiful place, but with every high must come a low. And right off the bat, you see problems in lighting, them looking in weird places, and weird dialogue.
I've already tried to talk to them.
Well, thank you for speaking with them.
The story starts with the mayor and Chief Harrison that talk about the budget cuts that are going to be there. And after they go grab a coffee. When getting the coffee, we get some weird shots from hairy arms and other stuff, but not showing their faces. Look, I'm going to be honest, the B-roll is kind of hit or miss in this movie. What is B-roll, you ask? Well, let me explain. B-roll and A-roll are video footage. A-roll is supposed to be the main story, but just a shot of 2 minutes talking is very boring, so they add B-roll over that. It's often just a cinematic view and change up the visuals to make the movie more interesting. That was a quick filmmaking tip. You're welcome. And this movie has a lot of B-roll footage, and some of the shots are amazing and very beautiful, and others are just this. After some B-roll footage, we get some quick cuts of, you guessed it, more B-roll. And livestock is getting killed.
Well, something seems to be eating my grandfather's cattle.
But that is not really important. The real star has just arrived, and it's this guy. I don't know why they're filming the sheriff like the mayor's assistant in the Powerpuff Girls. He just tells us to eat some humble pie.
You should swallow humble pie.
We continue to the council meeting where they fully disband the entire police department to make room for the fire department.
We've decided to disband the police department because the town needs to allocate funds to the fire department.
They straight up got rid of all the police in town for the firemen. Because there is no more police department, Chief Harris hands over his badge, and he also suspects that the sheriff is behind this, as he will be taking over the police department from now on. While all this takes place, we also get treated with a side plot, and this is about the mayor and Chief Harrison falling in love.
Feels like I don't know you. You don't feel the same. It feels like I've lost you, floating into space. All the things we've been through are fading into blue.
So far we have really good and really bad shots, but no real in between. And the plot is pretty bad, but the movie is truly carrying the movie. Wait. What did I say? And the plot is pretty bad, the filming is truly carrying the movie. After 30 minutes we get our first mention of Bigfoot. How did they get the sounds of me before going to bed? Okay, I hope that was funny. I think it's funny. You are a great guy. The mayor tells the ex-policeman that the hunters saw Bigfoot, to which a policeman doesn't want to be involved and tells her to leave it to the sheriff. But the sheriff thinks it's a joke, so the mayor tells the policeman that he is the only hope in the town. But sadly he denies. We start following these 3 girls who went to play in the woods. After hearing some noises, they get a little scared and run away in fear. And then suddenly all is well and they go play hide and seek. It's pretty weird, the tone shift from one shot to the next is so different. Shot 1 is that they run away from Bigfoot, and then shot 2 is where they just immediately stop and everything is okay. After that shot they calm down and they want to play a game.
Nice. Let's play hide and seek.
While counting to seek the others, the seeker gets yoinked by Bigfoot.
1,
And the shot is not as bad as I expected. It actually caught me quite off guard, so it was kind of a good suspension and like release. That sounded sexual. We continue with the two remaining girls looking for their friend.
Who's that? Cindy!
And then they get yoinked one by one. After all this takes place, the sheriff calls the policeman and tells him that he can't find anything to help with this case. Weirdly enough, after the sheriff had his call, he walks around with his gun expecting something to come out and shoot him or just attack him. Yeah, there are some plot holes in this movie. But as you might expect, the sheriff gets attacked by Bigfoot and he dies, I think. So we go over to the mayor and Mr. Police having a wood chopping contest. Which he does like a massive log and she just does a little one, but I love how she's still like portrayed as this badass character. I absolutely love it. It's great. And while the wood chopping contest is going on, the chief tells her that she will check it out for her because the sheriff is missing. Chief Harrison then takes a quick trip to the gun store and the mayor goes looking for the little girl out in the woods. Luckily nothing happens, but we see this shot. I didn't expect half of the stuff that I saw in the movie so far, just because they don't go for the stereotypical cliches of horror movies or thrillers. So they have to make up their own way of being scary, and it's actually pretty original, and it actually most of the time caught me off guard. And this also made it that I actually enjoyed watching the movie, especially the suspension scenes. After the shot, we continue with the policeman going to church and praying while the mayor is looking for the missing girls.
Lord, I know I haven't been the best man, but I'm coming to you today and I'm just asking for strength.
After our Chief Harrison's praying, he goes over to the woods and arms himself. He wanders around and eventually gets chased by our Bigfoot. Or the other way around. I'm not sure. This scene again was a bit all over the place. The mayor and the policeman are joined together again and they go looking for the missing girls. While they are looking, the policeman gives his gun to the mayor to use as protection while they are looking for the little girls. She also goes to the bathroom and immediately leaves her gun. Yeah. This makes him very mad and he apologizes for this afterwards. Okay, here the movie gets a little religious with statements like God gave us dominion over all animals. They talk about God some more and they thank each other for coming out there and get back to finding Bigfoot. This time with God by their side. After walking a bit, they stop and talk about how Chief Harrison has saved a school of children and took down 2 active shooters. And he says that God was the one who did it for him. I think Chief Harrison often eats that.
Humbo pie.
After all that emotional damage,
That's a lot of damage.
the mayor and Chief Harrison finally kiss. So in the movie, the mayor is played by Ashley Wright and Chief Harrison is played by David Wright. They are brother and sister. I'm kidding. They are married. They are married. So this scene was the first scene where she actually looked like she was in love because she actually is standing in front of a real life husband, which I found absolutely beautiful. But after there's some romance, we go back to looking for Bigfoot, to which they found very big footprints. They keep on walking to the forest and come to a place that is the favorite hunting ground. The plan is now to use the mayor as bait and to surprise him. So they kiss one more time, and while this takes place, the kids awaken and get out of the nest, and of course the first thing they do is pray because they want to get out of there safely, so they have to pray for that. Immediately after, we see a chase scene and a fight scene, to which they have been very creative in the action sequence. Some shots work better than others, but it's perfect for a good laugh. After all that fighting, Chief Harrison just pulls out a gun or something that would have been really useful 5 minutes ago. The mayor then replies, "You can't hurt him with a gun, and it would be better to end the job with your hands."
You think that little thing is gonna take down a Bigfoot?
Then the mayor replies that you can't hurt him with a gun and you actually have to kill him with hand-to-hand combat. What is wrong with these people? A gun is definitely gonna work better than your hands. To continue, they talk some more about him being in the military and we see Bigfoot creeping up on them. So far they have not seen Bigfoot yet, so Harrison goes out to pee.
I'm a cop, and we use bathrooms.
They see Bigfoot as he runs towards them. After a quick prayer from Chief Harrison, Chief Harrison goes after him. He drops the gun while attacking Bigfoot and the both are fighting for their lives. Bigfoot picks up a rock and hits Harrison over the head with it. But the mayor comes to his defense and slides under Bigfoot's legs and kicks him while Harrison gets up. And they have this final brawl where Harrison takes the Vic Roy and then he gets reunited with girls. But It's all in the head. Yeah, no, it was all a dream. That's literally what the movie came down to.
Sorry, did I wake you?
This dream I was having is what woke me.
He was talking to his wife about watching too many horror and action movies that are not kid-friendly or family-friendly or Christian-friendly. And that's where the movie ends. Thank you for watching. Watch another video right here.